What's up interweb, Raikkonen here and welcome to my team analysis video for week 7 of PPL Division 2 Season 3. Man, I have been waiting to say that for a long time. Well, not specifically Division 2 Season 3 week 7, but PPL is the important bit. I am back in the PPL. If you missed my announcement video, I'm back in the PPL. I'm representing the Pittsburgh Pirattatas for Old Man Tup. He had to step down due to work commitments, etc. But I'm taking over for his team for the remainder of the season, and we are in week 7, going on to week 11, so I'm going to have 5 matches with this team. So, our first game is against Electric Storm 252, aka Jack, coach of the Melbourne Victory Star. And I have a little bit of a score to settle with this guy because we faced him last season when I was in the PPL. He was our week 1 game that I faced him with the Queen's Park Rangers, and I lost 5-0. It was one of the worst games I've played. Apologies, by the way, my voice is still a little bit messed up. I'm still very ill, so bear with me a little bit if I take a bit to get through this video, but I'm sure you guys get it. So I got a little bit of a score to settle with this guy, but hopefully we can rectify the wrongs that happened last season, and we can get him back, and we can beat him with the Pittsburgh Pirattatas. We can avenge Tup. So, for those of you that don't know the teams, wouldn't be surprised if you don't know the teams, because, you know, I only had one video where I said my team. My team that I can potentially bring to this game is Garchomp, Ferrothorn, Keldeo, ENTEI, Heliolisk, Mega Sableye, Skuntank, Cresselia, Spinder, and Raticate. And Jack of the Melbourne Victory Star can potentially bring to this match Skarmory, Darmanitan, Tornadus Therian, Greninja, Gastrodon, Granbull, Porygon 2, Tauros, Raichu, and Mega Alakazam. Now that's pretty spooky stuff all in all. His speed tiers are absolutely ridiculous. When the third fastest thing on your team is Tornadus Therian, that's absolutely ridiculous. He has Mega Alakazam at base 150, he has Greninja at 122, Tornadus at 121, Tauros and Raichu at 110, Darmanitan at 95, it's like, oh my god, so much speed, calm down. Which is a bit annoying because every single one of those ones that I just mentioned, apart from Darmanitan, the first 5, Mega Alakazam, Greninja, Tornadus, Therian, Tauros, and Raichu, outspeed my entire team, because my fastest thing is Heliolisk at pace 109. So I don't have that much to outspeed my opponent's team, and he has a lot of things to outspeed me, and I don't like it one bit. I'm very scared of Darmanitan because I personally love using Darmanitan on my own, but yeah, it's just a pretty spooky team. He's got some nice bulk in the form of Skarmory. Tornadus can be bulky. Gastrodon, Granbull, Porygon 2. And then it's a really spooky offense on top of that with Darm, Tornadus Therian again, Greninja, Granbull again, Tauros, Raichu, Mega Alakazam. All stuff they don't really want to be dealing with. So, yeah, pretty spooky stuff all in all. But I have made a team to try and combat this. So let's get into the team that I have decided to bring to this match. And first one on the team is Sun Lizard, the Heliolisk, holding the Assault Vest with Dry Skin, with 108 in HP, max special attack, and 148 in speed, with a timid nature, with Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and Grass Knot. Now, this Heliolisk actually does really nice work to this team. Potentially two-shotting everything apart from the Porygon 2, because Porygon 2 is way too bulky. But I can potentially two-shot everything else, which is fantastic. Grass Knot obviously there for the Gastrodon. And Hyper Voice is really nice against his team because he only has 1 resist to normal. That's Skarmory, which takes, you know, over 100% barring Sturdy from a Thunderbolt. So that's awesome. And even if it's specially defensive, I still have a chance to do over 100%. So I still have a chance to take it out to Sturdy, for example, which is awesome. I can two-shot the Darmanitan, two-shot a non-assault vested Tornadus Therian. I need to sneeze, bear with me. Sorry about that. I hate being ill. Anyway, Heliolisk can potentially two-shot the entire team. Two-shot Darmanitan, two-shot non-assault vested Tornadus Therian. I have a chance to Oko if he's like completely uninvested in HP or, you know, not assault vested or anything. Can one-shot the Greninja, two-shot the Gastrodon, two-shot the Granbull, two-shot Tauros, two-shot Raichu, two-shot Mega Alakazam. So it's pretty damn decent, and like I said, I outspeed the majority of his team, aside from those 5 ones that I mentioned, but I don't think all of 5 of them are coming. I wouldn't see Taunty, Greninja, Tauros, Raichu, and Mega Alakazam come in. I don't think all 5 of them are coming. If I had to pick, I would think that the Mega Alakazam is coming. I would think the Greninja is coming. Tornadus Therian potentially, and maybe Tauros, but I'm not sure about it. If Tauros came, I would be absolutely 100% sure that it would pack Ice Beam and either Flamethrower or Fire Blast. Hands down, it would be Sheer Force Life Orb. That would be the set if he brought it. The Raichu, I don't know. He could bring it to outspeed the Keldeo and check that. But aside from that, it doesn't really do that much. Because it would have to pack HP Ice to hit the Garchomp, which again, even though it's quad weak, it doesn't do that much coming from a Raichu. And it can't pack, you know, HP Ice and HP Fire for the Ferrothorn. So I think it would have a tough time. Helios obviously resists its stab as well. Cresselia is too bulky for it. Mega Sableye is too bulky for it. So I don't think I'd see a Raichu coming. But the others are potentials. But aside from those, Helios outspeeds all the other ones. So Skarmory, Darmanitan that's not Scarfed, Gastrodon, Granbull, Porygon 2, I outspeed all of them. Get some initiative on them. And Grass not the Gastrodon. Now I am expecting a physically defensive Gastrodon. I think I need to sneeze again. Bear with me. Apologies once again. Oh my god, I hate being ill so much. Anyway, I'm expecting a physically defensive Gastrodon to switch into Entei. That's what I'm expecting. However, I am also expecting that Gastrodon to be holding a Rindo Berry, and I fully expect it to bring Miracoat to catch a Grass Knot from Heliolisk, to catch any kind of grass coverage I have on my squad. I think he's going to bring Rindo Berry, Miracoat, Gastrodon, but physically defensive to switch into Entei. That's what I would expect. So I have to watch out for that with the Grass Knot and Heliolisk. I don't want to be getting Miracoated, obviously. And I've opted to go for the Assault Vest on Heliolisk because it's actually a pretty decent switch into most things. The Tornadus Therian, obviously, you know, the Flying Stab, I can switch into that pretty easily. The Greninja, I can switch into that pretty decently. Obviously, I'm immune to the Water Stab with Dry Skin. I can take Dark Pulses pretty decently because I've got quite a lot of bulk investment plus an Assault Vest. The Porygon 2's Tri-Attacks. Raichu I can switch into pretty decently. Even the Mega Alakazam, barring Psyshock and Focus Blast, I can switch into half decently as well. So, just any kind of special hits that are thrown around, Heliolisk can take surprisingly well. So, quite liking that on Heliolisk. I felt like Assault Vest was the way to go. Just there to get some initiative, punch some holes, because he doesn't have very good resistances to the Hyper Voice, like I said. So, looking to do some damage to the team. So, that is Sunlizard the Heliolisk. Next one on the team. Wow, that took way too long just for one, but to be fair, that was involving two sneezes. So, next one on the team is, NEIGH, the Keldeo holding the Life Orb with 100 HP, max special attack, 156 in speed with a timid nature. What is up with these cables on the floor? With Secret Sword, Hydro Pump, Calm Mind, and HP Grass. Bear with me a second, guys. Well, I didn't have to sneeze that time, I still had to blow my nose, Jesus. Anyway, the Keldeo, Secret Sword, Hydro Pump, Calm Mind, and HP Grass. I'm debating swapping Calm Mind on Keldeo for Scald, but I'm not sure about that one just yet. We'll have to see. But this Keldeo actually does really nice damage to the team. I knew I was bringing Keldeo because he has a Porygon 2. I need to bring Keldeo. Life Orb allows me to two-shot a physically defensive Porygon 2 with Secret Sword, so that's awesome. And then Hydro Pump actually does pretty nice damage to the rest of the team as well. Can potentially one-shot Skarmory, barring Sturdy. Can obviously knock out the Darmanitan. Could do, you know, a huge chunk to the Tornadus if it's not Assault Vest. The HP Grass allows me to potentially OHKO a Gastrodon. I can knock out the Greninja with one Secret Sword. I can potentially OHKO Granbull. I can do a lot of damage. As I said, two-shot, guaranteed two-shot on the P2. I can one-shot the Tauros, one-shot the Raichu, potentially one-shot the Mega Alakazam as well. So all in all, it does a really, really good amount to the team. And it outspeeds, you know, a decent chunk. Like I said, there's those 5 that outspeed everything else, but a non-scarfed Darmanitan as well, and the slower things, Gastrodon, Granbull, P2, Skarmory. Doesn't have very good switch-ins. Basically doesn't have any switch-ins to Keldeo here, so that's pretty awesome. Calm Mind is just there, just in case I get an opportunity to get up one. It's not necessary, but, you know, if the opportunity arises, I could go for it. I feel like I might switch Calm Mind for Scald though, because I don't want to be risking a Hydro Pump miss if it comes down to it. If it's something where Scald would kill anyway, I feel like I'd rather go for the Scald and not miss the Hydro than risk the Hydro miss on things that I can't use a Secret Sword on, like the Granbull or the Mega Alakazam, for example. I'd much rather be safe with Scald than risk a Hydro miss in certain situations. So I think I might switch it for Scald on that, but we'll have to see when we get into the match what I've decided on. Anyway, that is, NEIGH, the KELDEO. Next mod on the team is the Mega Sableye, holding the Sable Knight with Prankster before it Megas, Magic Bounce once it does, with max HP, max defense for his special attack with a bold nature, Calm Mind, Recover, Shadow Ball, and HP Fighting. Physically defensive Calm Mind Mega Sableye because I'm gross apparently, Recover obviously to get HP back, Shadow Ball actually does pretty nice damage to the squad, and HP Fighting hits the things that Shadow Ball doesn't. For example, the Greninja, the Porygon 2, and the Tauros. Obviously, that's not doing a lot. HP Fighting is not doing a lot to a Porygon 2, but it's better than nothing. If it is... I think it's max HP? I can't remember. I can't remember which calc it was, but a plus 6 HP Fighting to Porygon 2 still has only a chance to 2-hit KO. I can't remember whether that was like a max HP one or a specially defensive one. I can't remember. I think it was max HP. That's pretty disgusting. But it's just, you know, chip damage on P2 maybe. Who knows? And Shadow Ball actually hits quite a nice chunk. Obviously, the Greninja resists and the Tauros and the P2 are immune. But HP Fighting hits all of them super effectively. Do a really nice amount to the Greninja. And the Greninja can't really touch me too well. So that's pretty nice, and like I said, physically defensive, not special, so it can do quite a nice chunk, but if I get up 1 or 2 Calm Minds, I'm looking pretty decent. As long as he doesn't crit me or burn me, then we're looking okay. Or flinch me, that wouldn't be fun. And then I can just do a nice little chunk to the rest of the team. It's basically there to be a physical wall, can take on most physical hits from the team, from the likes of Skarmory. Darmanitan, depends if it's Scarfed or not. If it's banded, I obviously can't take 2, but if it's Scarfed, then I can take 2 Flare Blitzes. Physical hits from Tornadus Therian. The Granbull is of course going to be an issue, but I feel like Granbull is an absolute must-bring for him, because it's his only fairy that he can bring, and I don't think he wants to be relying on Dazzling Gleam from Mega Alakazam in order to take down my Mega Sableye, so I feel like he's absolutely categorically bringing Granbull. It may even be offensive, I'm not sure. Bear with me again 1 second, guys. Did I mention I hate being ill? Oh my god. So, the Mega Sableye is there to take physical hits, recover up, and if it gets a chance to, Calm Mind up, so it can take the special hits too. And then it can just fire off hits against basically everything, Shadow Ball, HP Fighting. As long as that P2 is either worn down or out the way, I'm looking okay with it. Although it can recover up on me, so no, it needs to be out the way. P2 needs to be out the way first, really, in order for Mega Sableye to fully do things, but we'll have to see how it goes. But that is the Mega Sableye. Next one on the team is Burn Heal the ENTEI, and oh my goodness, what a set this is. Holding the Choice Band with 52 in HP, max attack, 12 in defense, and 192 in special attack with an Adamant Nature, Extreme Speed, Sacred Fire, Hidden Power Grass, and Toxic. Yep, this is a thing that's happening. So I really wanted Banded Extreme Speed. I feel like I'm going to need to explain this set in quite a lot of detail, otherwise people will be like, what the hell are you doing? I really wanted Banded Extreme Speed. I needed that kind of power to potentially clean up late game. For threats like I said, he has a lot of quick things, but a lot of his quick things are quite frail. When you look at Darmanitan, when you look at Mega Alakazam, Raichu, Tauros, things like that, they're quite frail as long as Tauros doesn't have Intimidate. They're quite frail, so a Banded Extreme Speed is going to do a huge chunk of damage to them. So if they're worn down just a little bit, I can bring an ENTEI late game, click Banded Extreme Speed and clean up. And I felt like I wanted the power from Banded Adamant E-Speed. I feel like it had to be banded. Now I've got HP Grass on there to hit the Gastrodon, and I know what you're saying, you could have brought Power Herb Solar Beam, which I considered, but like I said, I really wanted Banded Extreme Speed. I needed the band on the power. Without the Choice Band, I wasn't doing enough to those mons in particular that I wanted to hit. So I needed Banded E-Speed. HP Grass hit the Gastrodon. I'm an Adamant Nature, which lowers special attack, which is why I've got 192 special attack investment, which 2 shots a physically defensive Gastrodon, which is the set I'm expecting to switch into ENTEI. 2 shots physically defensive, which is fantastic. Also, I felt like I did not need speed investment on this Entei this week, because like I said, he has a load of mons that are faster than me anyway. The only thing that's slower than me is Darmanitan. I'm going to be hitting that with extreme speed anyway, and most likely it's going to be Jolly. I have to be Adamant to have E-speed because it's from an event, so I have to be Adamant Entei in the first place, which means Darmanitan will outspeed me anyway. So the only things I'm outspeeding with Entei are Porygon 2, Granbull, Gastron, and Skarmory, and I can outspeed all of them without any speed investment. The only thing that outspeeds me, I think, is a max speed Jolly Scarf Granbull. There is no need for him to bring a Scarf Granbull. I do not see it coming in the slightest, because what he'd bring it for is to hit the Mega Sableye, which he outspeeds already. So he's not bringing a Scarf Granbull, which means I outspeed everything barring the mons that already outspeed me without speed investment. So what I did is just shove that investment into special attack instead, which allows me to two-shot a physically defensive Gastrodon. What I want to do the first time Entei comes in, click Sacred Fire. If he switches into Gastrodon, 1, I can gauge the kind of set it is, 2, I can potentially snag a burn on it. Then the second time I bring in Entei, he's going to bring in the Gastrodon again if that's his dedicated switch. I click HP Cross on the switch, I can two-shot him if he's not Rindo Berry. I'm fully expecting the Rindo Berry, but 1, that might be a good way to pop it on the switch in, which means he can't Mirror Coat other things, which means that like Grass Knot and Healerless can potentially knock it out later. Makes sense, right? Sacred Fire, Banded Sacred Fire does a big old chunk to the team. Potentially OHKOing, barring Sturdy, the Skarmory, but I can potentially burn it, knock it out after the fact. Extreme Speed does like 60 to 70% to a Darmanitan, so if it's taking any kind of recoil damage or rock, something like that, boom, dead. Tornadus Therian almost can one-shot max HP Tornadus Therian. Greninja takes a huge chunk from Extreme Speed, 64 to 76% from Extreme Speed. Gastrodon, as I said, can be two-shot by HP Grass. Granbull can potentially be two-shot with Sacred Fire. Even with Intimidate, Sacred Fire still can two-shot that. Porygon 2 is potentially two-shot by Sacred Fire, which is awesome. That's not physically defensive though, that's max HP, that's not the point though. Taurus can potentially be one-shot, Raichu is one-shot, Mega Alakazam is one-shot by Sacred Fire, so that's pretty awesome. Last move on Entei is Toxic. That is for the Porygon 2, because that might be his next best switch in. After Gastrodon, his next best switch in to Entei would be Porygon 2, and I would very much like to Toxic that guy. So if, you know, my ban gets knocked off, or if I just predict the switch into P2, if he doesn't bring Gastrodon, if Gastrodon's dead, if Porygon 2 is a dedicated switch and not Gastrodon, then I can Toxic it on the switch, and I'll be looking pretty damn good. I don't know why I'm doing so many finger guns, I should probably stop. But that is Burn Heal the Entei. Memes as hell this week. No speed investment, and, you know, a little bit of HP, a little bit of defense, a lot of special attack, a lot of attack. If he doesn't bring Gastrodon, I'm going to be very, very sad. But anyway, that is Burn Heal the Entei, holding the choice band for that week. Next one on the team is Sucker for Pain, the Skuntank, holding the Black Sludge, with Aftermath with 244 in HP, 56 in defense, 188 in special attack, and 20 in speed with a bold nature. With Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Defog, and Snarl. So this is, Skuntank's main role is to defog. That's pretty much it, because I have an Entei. I want Entei to be coming in multiple times to scare things out, to Sacred Fire across the whole team. I want rocks to be off the field. That's just it. And I'm not bringing rocks of my own, so when I said earlier that potentially after rocks, Darmanitan could be dead, I'm not bringing rocks, so I'm an absolute liar, unless he, you know, magic bounces his own rocks back off Mega Sableye. But Skuntank is there to defog rocks away. Done dusted. Flamethrower Sludge Bomb is actually really nice for his team. It allows me to dodge the Intimidate from Granbull and hit him up with a very powerful Sludge Bomb, which is awesome. I can two-shot a Skarmory with Flamethrower, which is awesome. That's what the special attack investment allows me to two-shot Skarmory with Flamethrower, allows me to two-shot Granbull with Sludge Bomb, and it allows me to two-shot an uninvested Mega Alakazam with Snarl, which is awesome. I really wanted to bring Dark Pulse originally, and then I looked at the counts and I was like, actually, you know what? I could bring Snarl and I could still two-shot Mega Alakazam, because Dark Pulse wouldn't OHKO. It's still a two-shot, same as Snarl, but it just means that I can also get special attack drops on everything else with Snarl, if I want to. If, like, you know, I want to sack off Skuntank, but I can get a Snarl off against Tornadus Therian first, or Greninja first, or, Gastrodon first, or P2, or Raichu. If I can get a Snarl off against any of those guys before Skuntank goes down, I can bring something in, you know, maybe something like the Mega Sableye. I can bring it in and start calm minding up because they're at -1 special attack. I can bring in the KELDEO and start calm minding up because they're at -1 special attack. It could be quite nice utility, and like I said, it allows me to hit the Mega Alakazam. Also, I'm pretty certain, I'm going to need to check the mechanics on this one, I'm pretty sure SNARL is a sound-based move which allows me to hit Mega Alakazam behind a substitute, which is beautiful. Allows me to hit that Mega Alakazam behind the sub, allows me to do a lot of damage to it, allows me to drop its special attack while it's behind the substitute, and I'll be very, very happy. That is the Skuntank. Sucker for pain, the Skuntank. So I put in, sorry, I should explain. I put in the special attack investment, like I said, to do those specific hits. 20 in speed is just in case of speed creeping, basically. Allows me to outspeed. Yeah, if Skarmory wanted to speed creep me, I speed creep the Skarmory, which allows me to get off a Flamethrower before it roosts. And then I threw the rest into physical defense because why not? The rest into full in HP and then into defense. I've done enough EVs to have an odd number of HP, not even. So and then the rest just thrown into defense with a plus boosting nature as well. So it's actually pretty physically bulky, which is awesome. So that is Sucker for Pain, the Skuntank. Next mon on the team and last mon on the team is Gross, the Cresselia. Holding the Cobble Berry. Obviously will levitate with max HP, 156 in defense, a 100 in special attack with a bold nature, Moonlight, Energy Ball, HP Rock, and Thunder Wave. Now, this Cresselia, its main job, again, sponge physical hits, because it can do that pretty damn well. I wanted something that could take hits from Darmanitan a little bit more reliably, because Mega Sableye doesn't really, even though it's max physically defensive, depending if it's scarfed, you know, banded, whatever. And Cresselia can do that pretty well. Energy Ball is actually pretty nice because it allows me to hit the things that might want to hit Cresselia, namely the Greninja. Allows me to hit Greninja I can two-shot Greninja, and I can take 2 Dark Pulses with the Cobble Berry, which is spectacular. Even though I've got like no speed F investment whatsoever. Awesome. I can also T-Wave fast things. Like I said, he has a lot of fast Pokemon, and I want to T-Wave them all. If I can T-Wave, you know, the Taunt-T, the Greninja, the Tauros, the Mega Alakazam, I'll be looking really fine and dandy. I'm not banking on T-Waving the Mega Alakazam, because quite a common set is to run Substitute on it. So I'm not expecting to T-Wave it, but, you know, whatever. What's nice, though, is I've put just enough special attack investment on this guy in order that Energy Ball breaks an uninvested Mega Alakazam substitute. It breaks the sub straight off, which is unlikely because there's no reason for him to be not uninvested in HP, because he can just speed creep, and he can run like Modest and like 100 in HP. That's not the point. I'm going with my calcs. I've got Energy Ball in there to do a lot of damage to the Gastrodon, to the Greninja. Again, it's another way to potentially pop that Rhino Bear if he does bring it. And then I have HP Rock. HP Rock to hit the Darmanitan. I do not want to give Darmanitan a free switch in. And I got the HP Rock to hit that. Obviously, I can T-Wave it as well. And HP Rock also hitting the Tornadus Therian. The reason I could have gone with something like Psychic, which obviously hits the Darmanitan and the Tornadus Therian stronger than HP Rock. Or I think it's the same. But the main reason I didn't is because I didn't want him to predict a potential Psychic move and free switch into his Greninja. That's one thing I did not want. Even if it's hitting Greninja with an HP Rock as it comes in, it's damage at the end of the day. If that Greninja is like Life Orb, I'm wearing it down. So I would much rather hit it with a weak move than no move whatsoever. So I just felt like HP Rock was a better bring, all in all. And then obviously I have Moonlight to get HP back, because that's what Cresselia does. It's just an annoying nuisance. So basically, that's all it's going to be. And that is the team, ladies and gents. I am bringing Mega Sableye and Cresselia. I'm the worst kind of person, I know, but I do have some fun stuff as well. So, I hope you guys like this team. I hope you're looking forward to the match. This should be up soon, hopefully. We're getting this up as soon as we can, because this battle's already late enough as it is, so we're just battling as soon as we can, and we'll get up the match when we can, basically. If you like this team, make sure to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below what you think of it, any suggestions of what you thought I should have brought, didn't bring, whatever. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you guys sometime soon. Toodaloo.